Happy Tuesday! Here we are. It's me, your friend Laurie Calcaterra, the hostess with the hottest coffee around. And you know what's really funny? Um, for those that have been watching The Brew, I don't know if you know this, but I took over this show. It wasn't originally started by yours truly. It used to be a panel show, and it was a mess. There was like between 9 and 12 of us on the screen all talking at the same time. And Pops Van Zant around episode 35 was like, "Hey, Lori," well, 33 to be honest. We were talking about it a couple weeks in advance, but asked me if I would take over the show as a host. And so here we are. So it's incredible that today's guest was with me on episode 200. So we had an episode 200, but this is actually my episode 200 as hostess. So and my guest is the same. We didn't realize this while we were talking in the back room. Um and really I wanted to say thank you. Hi Nem, how are you, buddy? I miss you, by the way. I've been meaning to talk to you and catch up. I've just been so busy. But Pops Van Zant, who is on the road right now with his mama, um, thank you so much for giving me this space and allowing me to share indie comics, talk about Path, smash fruit from my backyard, and all sorts of other crazy things that I've done on the show. So thank you, sir, for pushing me into this show. I say push. He offered me the spot and encourages me every time I'm here. So thank you again for that. And thank you to all the amazing guests who have been on here. I usually do a compilation at the end of the year. So yeah, you'll have to wait until December to see to see all the people that have been on the show this year. But anyway, you guys know we're going to talk about Path of the Pale Rider super quick. So it's summertime and the campaign is here and bumping along. We got 3 days left. Let's see. I have been on some amazing podcasts. Oh, thank you, Lou. Lou, you're one of my favorites in the chat as well. So I always enjoy when you pop in and say hello. Lou has named so many things on our show, like the Zombies and like such great ideas. Super talented artist. And by the way, if you're a Lou Pons fan, I just want to remind you that her art is here inside of this book being published with Path of the Pale Rider. So shout out to Lou Pons. Nothing but love. But again, it's like if you've been waiting, if you're one of those people that had signed up for notification, has been watching this campaign, I mean, like, now's the time. Like, what are you waiting for, my friends? It is a beautiful time to support indie comics because we're tired of reboot, recycle, prequel, sequel. We're done. We're done with it. Moving on to our Mean Girl era where we write our own things and kill off all of our own characters. This is what we're going to do. Yay. Hey, Fish. Hi, Fish. How are you? Lupons is the best. That's how you say it. Um, we're gonna need to send Nem one of those giant like hamster balls, like the big bubble, so he can go places. I think he needs one. You could be Bubble Boy, Nem. Anywho, I just wanted to show you guys. I'm gonna start making these this week. I got the file. That's an inside joke, people. You'll find out why. Um, but I'm excited. I have these all formatted and ready to build. So I'll be reaching out to people who are getting one of these to find out your color choices so I can order book cloth. So I'm excited for those. Um, gosh. And I also wanted to show you guys, just as a reminder, we unlocked one poker card. I don't know if we're going to get to two. Like, we have to get to 100 backers in 3 days. Where are we? 72? I don't know. We'll have to see. But I would love to order some more poker cards for you guys. Um, blah, blah, blah. We've unlocked so much stuff. So the Indie PDF bundle, the Jared Lockhart 5x7 print, the Slice and Dice, and I think I'm going to murder a papaya this time. The coffee hard candy, and the 2-inch foil skull stickers. So those are all unlocked. We will probably unlock these acrylic bookmarks. Oh, that means I have to order those. So we'll get started on that stuff too. make sure you say thank you to your art team today if you are a writer or creator. Thank you, Fish, for working on the Lone Stars. Thank you to your editors. Thank you to all the people. And just as a reminder, we got all this sweet ass collaboration. Ed is here on the show today, so we're going to talk about, of course, immortals and being undead and broken death, all of that good stuff. So make sure if you haven't backed, that you go pick out something. Oh, and I forgot to say, there is a tier that says I'm just here for the merch. And so if you want to, refill your hot sauce or just get a t-shirt, you can do that. Enough about me. Let's move on. Didn't realize you had a campaign. Oh, Nem, I'm so sorry. Poor Nem. We're at like 3 days left, honey. But everybody just got their Path 8 stuff. But this is a trade paperback, so it's just, it is what it is. Poor Nem. Anywho, let me bring in my guest for the day. You all know him. He's a gentleman named Edward Davis. He loves to run, he loves music, and he likes writing traumatic stories that keep me up at night. And welcome, Ed, to the Tuesday Morning Brew.
Oh, thank you. And then double 200s. I love that.
I know, isn't it weird? I was just thinking about that as I started the show. It's like, wait, you were here when we did the giveaway at 200, and now this is technically 200.
You're 200.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Fish says, "What's up, Ed?"
What's up, Fish?
Fish is coloring spiders. Sorry.
Coloring spiders. Yeah, he did one of my covers. So actually, he did the main cover this time. I had a specific thought in my head about what I wanted for the main cover, and Fish nailed it. So yeah, he's got my main cover. He did my foil one for floaters, and that's such a popular cover. It's like that became the t-shirt as well.
It's this one, right?
Yeah, that's Fish's cover.
Yeah, he does your characters so well.
Yeah, and it's like he gave them the right personality and everything. Yes. So
that's why I was like, this is Fish. I was like, because I'm so used to seeing your characters drawn by your artist, and he captured them so well. And I was like, oh yeah, now I can see it. Mm-hmm. But I was just like, this is just, they have their own personalities and their own, light to them. So when I see them, I'm like, oh yeah, no, that's what's this? For surviving Karen. Yes, you get who gets the award? They have all survived Karen. Both Fish and Ed. Most everybody. I've unleashed her on the world. Morning Brew crew, hello. Houston. Dave, are you in Houston? How's the weather down there?
The answer's probably hot. It's batting. I mean, we were down in San Diego for the con. Yeah. And there it was, the temp wasn't as high, but it was really muggy. And then we got home and oh man, right into the triple digits. And I don't know what I'd like better. I mean, I think I'd take the because you get that ocean breeze in San Diego that kind of takes the edge off. We're here, we're right at the base of the mountains. There's no cool breeze. If there's any breeze, it's just more hot. So yeah, I think I'll take that San Diego weather. That's why it's a lot more to live there than it is to live here.
Yes. I was going to say, I lived in Dana Point for a very short time. Right after my husband and I were married, we were in like Laguna Niguel, Laguna Beach, Dana Point. And it's like, we were, being from Michigan, it was like, what do you mean you don't have air conditioning here? You know what I mean? I was like, that's insane. But they don't need it.
No.
Like, the temperature in that area is between like 76 and 84 with the breeze. Almost the entire year. The one year that we were there, it actually it snowed. But I mean snow, and it was like snowflake, and then it like melted, right?
Yeah.
And they like shut the freeway.
They're in a panic.
I was like, where's the snow? Like what no? All right, stay home. So it was hilarious. But that is why it is so expensive to live there. Could never ever afford 86 overnight, but 100 during the day. In Houston, did you guys get a lot of rain? Because I know that hurricane was coming across. Did you guys get hit, Dave, or no? just curious. Ah, so you're originally from California, so you can live in that muggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm still gonna need AC to sleep. You just turn the fan on. It's not. It gets so nice in the evening, and you
Oh,
sit
not
on the
here.
porch. No,
It,
and like
oh,
where I
Dana
was.
Point. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
here, we went to sleep last night and it was still like 86. So yeah,
I don't
it's
know about
AC
that.
all night, just like fish. So I'm going to love the
Yeah.
bill when it shows up.
Yeah. So you went to San Diego Comic Con, Ed. This
Yes.
is not your first time, right? Oh, okay.
No, this is my 20th time.
Wow. See?
I've never missed a year aside from the COVID year. So,
Yeah. I'm jealous.
which
I just
everyone missed that.
not close enough to make it mm,
Yeah,
affordable.
for us, it's a 90-minute drive, so it's not so
Yeah.
bad. I mean, we get a
That's
hotel
nice.
anyway, but if we needed to, if we said, okay, we have less money this year, we're just going to drive back and forth, we could.
I mean, 90 minutes. Yeah, that's not bad. I guess you could. I've done that before for a con.
I've done
Um,
it. I've done it for cons as well. When you just think, all right, my bottom line's already going to be hard to meet, so let's get a
mhm.
hotel out of that equation. And yeah,
Yeah.
you're exhausted, but it's a feasible thing.
Yeah. Houston Dave says that he went in those early days, probably when he was living in California.
Hmm.
So, what's it like for someone like myself who has never been, and there's this big, kind of aura around San Diego and New York, and it
Yeah.
seems like it's intimidating to go to. Why is my hair sticking up in the back? Sorry, guys. Um, but like, what is it like when you get there? When you experience it? Like, what are the things you're trying to do? What are the things you avoid? Like, give us.
I mean, there's basically two sides to the room. There's the Hollywood side, and if you
Yeah.
don't like giant crowds and people pushing and shoving because they're trying to get whatever the big exclusive is, that's the place to avoid. And then there's the back, which is all the small press, and that's where I can go and know 90% of the people in every row and just sit. That's where I'll go and just chat. Like, all right, it'll take me 2 hours to get out of that area because I'm talking to
'Cause you,
every
yeah.
every person that I know, and there's tons of panels that are not Hollywood related. So you want to see what's the best, new comics coming out from Marvel, DC, whatever. You want to hear about, how to run a Kickstarter, writing indie comics. There's all kinds of good panels for that. And then there's the one that the Marvel panel that people camped out for 2.5 days
But
for.
how? Why? You can't purchase tickets? You have to wait in line, and they
Everything
only
is
let so
just
many.
in line. Yeah.
And then, because I there was some controversy about that I was reading. Like people were camped out, and then they were angry because even though they were camped, they still didn't get in.
Well, it was an unofficial line. The thing is, the day before they create the official line, but people starting Thursday, because the Marvel panel was Saturday, so basically Thursday morning, people just started camping out at random places, but nothing was official. So all of a sudden, they've been camped out since Thursday, and they go, okay, the official line's over there, and now everyone's rushing. I mean, people just rush, and it's madness. And then these people that were camped out in the unofficial line, that whoever the person on staff was said, oh, you guys will be fine. Well, that person actually had no idea what the hell they were talking about, that is honestly the
Oh.
biggest thing you'll notice at San Diego Comic-Con is no one knows anything, because you have a lot of volunteers that don't know. You have a lot of like staff pro, and then they were bringing in a security over from Petco Park, which is right across the street, but the Padres weren't playing anything, so they brought them in. They didn't know. And there's 8 million versions of the real truth, and these people that were camping out, now they have to run, and they're in the back of the line, and we're talking a
Oh.
mile away. This line
Yeah.
is 8,000 people, and it just stretches and stretches. And by the time the night was over, the line was probably about 12,000 people, and only 8,000 got wristbands. And someone who was right next to the convention center is told, your line's not the official line. You need to go to the back. And they end up 12,000 people back and not get a ticket or get a
Oh.
wristband.
So that's what happened.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like, how? I mean, what's the I was wondering what the process was, but it just sounds like, are they hiring young people to work
It's a
at the
lot of
con?
it's a lot of young people. It's the same kind of people that would be working security at a concert. They get the same. It's the staff pro shirts are the ones you see at concerts,
Yeah.
baseball games, big events, but they're probably given a 20-minute training on what they need to do for San Diego, and
Right.
they all they know is don't let people get crazy, and they'll say, oh, everything should be fine, and you can say, oh, I talked to this guy and he said everything will be fine, and then they're going to say, well, I don't care what that guy said. And I ran into that. I ran into that myself. I was trying to get a particular exclusive, and the day before I talked to somebody and he said, yeah, you're going to be fine. And then the day of, they're like, you can't buy this, because they didn't understand the difference between professional and exhibitor. And the guard that I talked to, I said, no, I talked to that guy right there yesterday. Well, that guy's on fucking crack, man. I don't know what you're talking about. And you need to go because you can't buy this because you're an exhibitor. So it was literally the guy over there 10 feet away. I said, no, he could vouch for me. He said everything that it would be okay. And he's like, I don't care what that guy says. So yeah, it's miscommunication is that's the whole thing you're going to see at the con. So if you want the big stuff, prepare for frustration. But if you just want to
Yeah.
chat with a cool group of people back in Small Press, back in Artist Alley, it's great. Although poor Artist Alley, they squished them so much and put them right next to Funko, so you can't move. Like I wanted to go talk to a few of my friends and I couldn't even get to them because the aisles were so squished and the flow of traffic doesn't let you actually stop. So there's the good and the bad, and then there's a whole huge amount of stuff just going on outside. So you
Yeah.
could go there without a badge and just visit all these random pop-ups that are out there. And
Yeah.
yeah, there's just so much going on. And I've seen it because I started the first year I went was 2006. And
Okay.
I've seen it grow. When I went the first year, they hadn't even used the entire convention center. Now it's the entire convention center and 3 hotels.
Yeah, and then outside too. So it's
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I spoke on a panel and we were at one of the hotels across the street, and every hotel has their whole list of programming. So there's hotel,
gosh.
there's panels all day at 3 different hotels. They have there's a pinball arcade that you can go to and just play in one of the hotels. So it's so much that you can never see it all. It's impossible.
That's I mean, that's awesome and intimidating and all of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it's really interesting. So, but now that you're back, does it take like a day to recover from that?
It did, yeah. Yesterday, we got home Sunday night, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow, go on a quick run. I woke up, it's like, I'm gonna wake up today, sit on the couch, do nothing. My only
How did you
activity was
feel?
walking the dog because she didn't give a shit that I was just at San Diego Comic Con.
Right? No,
So
they don't care.
dog's looking at me like, dude, get the hell up, it's time.
Yeah. My dog is Sam. He's like, feed me. And I'm like, I just got home. Like, trying to unpack my stuff from the car from a con. And he's like, feed me.
That
Someone
is,
feed this dog. You've been home all day.
yeah.
Like, take care of it. Goodness. All right. You need a vacation. Yeah. And you know what I say? You have to have a day to be a burrito. You really do.
Yeah,
Like,
and
I plan
and
on being a
fortunately, I
burrito.
wasn't back at work, so I could just get home and do nothing because we go back on Friday. So
Oh, my. I'm sorry.
back for
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 those that
four
don't
days of
know,
meetings.
Ed is a teacher. What grade? Third
Third grade this
third
year,
grade
yeah.
elementary. So yeah, I'm going back to school. My girls have like 2 weeks before they
Yeah,
go
my
back.
kids do as well. So they have more time. I'm going,
Yeah,
we start super early in my district, so oh well. Back to
that's
reality, I guess.
I still haven't unpacked from Dayton weeks ago.
Oh wow.
You should probably do that. Your tablecloth probably needs a wash.
I'd say
I
so.
I laugh because I do the hot sauce and the comics, and so if I forget to wash my tablecloth, I'm opening it up at the next con like ew, like it's
Hmm.
just crusty tablecloth. Ugh. My office is a mess. Yeah, you've been busy. I get it. I get it. My wife teaches 4th and 6th grade math and science. Well, God bless her.
Okay.
Um, my sister was a teacher for lots of years. She taught Spanish. So she taught like middle school and
Mm.
like 8th and ninth grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly don't know, hearing all the stories, how you guys do it. So thank you to all the teachers out there who and continue to go back and do it every year, because I could never. I would be drop kicking those kids. I don't know how you don't. But see, I think this is how Ed survives, is that he writes trauma
Yeah.
stories.
Traumatize my characters.
He's like, that kid, I'm going to get him, write him into
Mhm.
the story. So for those that aren't familiar with Immortal Era, I'm a big fan of this story, you guys. You should be too, because I say so. I'm just going to leave it at that. But let's have Ed talk about it in case you're not familiar with this story, and then we'll go look at the campaign and get all the good stuff.
All right, so we'll call it the sister story of Path of the Pale Rider. It's the sister story set in the future, but it's the
Yep.
same basic concept. We realized years later that it was like, wait a second, we are writing the same thing.
Right.
So,
Like,
but
we just became
basically,
best friends.
yes, in our worlds, in my world, in hers, death is now broken. So everyone has gained immortality, but it's a mysterious immortality, and yours turns more into zombies. Mine, people just live. They continue living and living, and nothing can kill them. So in this world, everyone has become immortal, but it's not the gift of immortality, it's the curse of immortality, because you are going to still age, you're going to get sick. And it's kind of inspired from the tale in Gulliver's Travels, where he travels to the island, sees these people that are hundreds of years old and miserable, and doesn't know what to do, thinks it's paradise at first, and then just gets the heck off the island. So that's what this story is about. A world where everyone lives and lives, and this group of people want to bring death back because they know that this is a curse, and they're trying to reassemble death and to save humanity by killing them. And
See,
this
now
is
I
okay.
was
Go
gonna
ahead.
say, this is where your story and my story differ. Is
Yeah,
that what issue were you in when you told everybody what was it that happened? Like, what broke death?
I
What
did it
issue
in
was it?
issue 2. I
Right.
didn't wait any amount of time because the thing, the why wasn't what was important in my book. It was the
Yeah.
how to bring it back. So it was about having to hunt down these particular relics. I won't spoil it too much for people who haven't read it, but it's assembling a group of relics, and that's going to be the only way to bring death back into the world. But of
Mhm.
course, in as the story has progressed, we see that there's a group of people that have found a way to master immortality. So when I say people don't have powers and abilities, not all people do. There is a small group, a coven of witches who do have powers and they do have abilities, and it is because of this immortality. So to bring back death to them would actually be a curse, because they're basically running this world. As the
Right.
story unfolds, we see that they're behind the scenes pushing every person of power, and this world's beautiful for them, so they have no desire to get back into the death era. So that's
Right.
now what we're seeing, is they're butting heads against our main heroes, which that's who we see in this picture. So it's becoming a battle, and we're also, this is the halfway point of the story. So with issue 12, we're reaching the halfway point of the story. A couple of big revelations happen in this, and then for, I think it starts about issue 14, we'll have a new setting, a setting we've seen, but our main characters are all gonna have to go there. And that setting was seen in issue 9, and it's more that this one feels more like Laurie's, where it's kind of this old west town.
Cool.
So we saw it in issue 9 when Father had to go there to try to find his wife, and now that's going to be where the characters end up having to
No.
go.
No, they have to go there.
That's So
I
that's where they're going to be
God.
led. And then there's one more setting that hasn't been revealed yet, only seen in one panel of issue 2. So it's something I tease little bits of things, and that sometimes it takes a long time to actually get to them, but it'll be like, oh wow. So if you go back, let's say a new trade comes out and you do a reread, you'll be like, oh, there's that, and little references, because the chicken farm is referenced throughout, but we don't actually see it until issue 9.
Now, I want Father is one of my main characters, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorite characters of
Yeah.
the good guys, the good guy team. And when he walked out wearing all of these samurai swords, I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "Are you kidding me?" And
Yeah.
so, and then we got to see the fight that happened right after that, and I was just like, "Oh my god, Ed!" It's so. Tell the people what the story is behind all of these swords, which is crazy.
Okay. Yeah. So the swords, people see the swords and they think, okay, there's just a bunch of swords, but they actually have meaning, because Father, he leaves the surface. He was a legal citizen. He leaves the surface for reasons you'll find when you read issue 9. And I don't want to spoil it because I love that issue. And in and when he goes underground, he's now living in this subway system. At first, he's just wandering and angry because of the events of issue 9. And then he sees that these babies are being just put down in the underground because it's illegal to have a child in this world. So people would rather abandon their child instead of facing the consequences that would come. Well, Father sees this happening, and he goes and starts to rescue these children, and he has to kill a cannibal to do it. And every time he rescues a child, he takes that sword and he collects the swords. And in the end of issue 6, we see he has this wall of swords, and each sword represents a child, a baby that he saved in the underground. And when he wears the ones that you see him wearing in the cover, he's wearing 4 on the cover of issue 1, and that's for Ari, Miguel, Kimberly, and Dr. Man.
Speaking of Dr. Man,
Hmm.
we have this character who is ahead, everybody.
Yes.
That's how you are introduced to this character. He's a
So
flying head.
he's ahead. He makes himself a device. Well, actually, he talks Miguel through making him the device, because he has no hands. He wouldn't do much in making anything. But he talks Miguel through the entire process of create.
Like every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing here?
So there you go. Every time a cannibal dies, a baby is saved. There you go. The new motto. Put it on the front cover.
You could put a pull quote on the back of your trade.
Pull quote. There you go. But yeah, he's just ahead, and he becomes kind of the brains of the operation, because he was an important inventor on the surface. So he's able to make the village that Father and the rescued children live in the most technologically advanced in the underground, which means it's also always under attack. So in issue 1, we just see an attack. In issue 6, we see a big attack. And then as the stories progressed, we're seeing that Dr. Man is now trying to get the village strong enough to handle the next attack, because the issue 6 attack didn't go well for them.
Right. But he's also one of the characters I love to hate.
He's awful, because when you look at all the bad things that have happened in this world, he seems to be behind a huge chunk of them.
He's one of those. Okay, I don't even think Dwayne is this bad, but it's like when Dwayne opens his mouth and you're like, God damn it, Dwayne. This is what I think of this character. Every time he opens his mouth, he's like, well, back in the day, and I did this, and you're like, God damn it, Mr.
Yeah.
Man.
It's like, wait, so the worst thing we face every day, that's you. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. It was like, I know you're here now and you're trying to help, but man, did you mess everything up.
You sucked. And then the training that he put Ari through was just traumatic training. So we see just a little glimpse of it, but it makes you know that, oh man, she went through hell to get to the point she's at. She didn't wake up and discover she had Jedi powers.
Right.
She was just pelted and attacked, and most of her scars just come from her training, not from actual battles.
Right. I just hear again in my head, like, get up and do it again.
Yeah.
And again and again. Ugh. It's a great story, you guys. You can tell I'm really into it. Ugh, so much wonderful art. What do you have like a favorite cover? Do you have a favorite like what
Yeah.
speaks to you? I know it's trying to like pick between your favorite children, but still,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I
what
think,
what
I
about
mean,
it?
I love the cover for issue 2. The regular and the variant. I just love when you have that Grim Reaper and the way
Yeah.
that that was when I had Viviana Spinelli. She did the colors for 1 through 6, and I just love the purples, and it just feels so magical. But
Yeah.
honestly, I think every issue has a cover that I just fall in love with. Like I love the
Yeah.
witch cover, this one. I love even Fish's cover. It's just, you want to get that feeling of what's going to go on in the issue. And the Caesar's good at kind of giving the story when you're looking at the cover.
Right. I love that too, where it's like there's meaning in the cover,
Yeah.
and once you read it, becomes much more focused, like into
Mm-hmm.
focus, what you're looking at. So
Yeah.
I was
I
like,
know that was one of the reviewers of Corruptor, one of my other series. He saw the cover first, and he even wrote in his review. At first, I thought, I don't like this cover; it's too busy. Then I finished reading it, and I said, "Oh my gosh, that's this, that's that." He said, and
yeah,
then I loved the cover because it's telling the story in one picture.
right. And then you have this one, and I was like, oh no, oh no, Ed, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's this one is also a companion to the Corruptor cover that we did. So it's a variant, and it's a companion to the variant of Corruptor. And I will go in my Google Drive if I can.
Okay.
Actually, everything's glitching on my computer
Let
right
me
now.
put the link here, you guys. I'm slacking. Let me give you guys the link here in case you would love to go
Yeah, never mind. My
click
computer's
around and follow
bugging
along with the
out.
class, as Ed would say.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure this is not a good sign, you guys. This is a sign that Ed is gonna make us all cry.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, then I just finished. Actually, the artist is now working on issue 13, and things go very down in issue 13. I mean, issue 12, I don't want to give anything away of the cliffhangers. That's why I didn't put any pictures of the big cliffhangers. There's 2 big cliffhangers in this issue, because I figure, all right, at this point in time, even if it's the end of a story arc, if you're with me through issue 12, you're okay with another cliffhanger.
that's the best part, man. I do that almost every issue just because it's like, oh no, I need to know what happens next, and it keeps people
Yeah.
coming. But I know you do this too. Like I write issues, and it's just like I'm waiting for that visceral reaction from my readers. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I made a hold on, I made a video. It's really funny.
I love it.
I feel like that's us, where I'm just like, I can't wait till you read this so I can be like,
Oh yeah. When both my editors were shocked by the ending, I knew I did it right.
yes, I love that. You got to have that visceral reaction. I mean, that's what people want. That's what people want, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not reading it to be bored. And and if I can predict what's coming, then it's just like, I was right, you know?
Yeah.
So I love that. Ed is one of the writers that surprises me and then catches me off guard. Off guard. Fish is another one that
Mm,
traumatizes people with his characters
he
too.
does.
He really does. I feel like I have, I'd never imagined that I would be sympathetic or empathetic to a giant lizard, horny
Yeah.
toad. Is that what he is? Virgil, who
Mm-hmm.
shoots blood out of his eyes. But it's like,
Yes.
man, that poor character.
Yeah. You
Um,
feel
but
for him.
but all of his characters are like that, where it's just like on the surface they seem one way, and then you
Yeah.
realize that they're really traumatic. But that's just how we roll, man.
Yeah. And Kimberly was my character that in a lot of people in the beginning just didn't like her, because
Yeah,
she seemed kind of vapid, and as the stories progress, she's kind of having her hero moments, and
yeah.
now poor Kimberly. That's all I can
Well, I
say.
feel like people naturally connect to Ari.
Yeah.
She's the fighter, and she's like young and kind of naive about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Miguela's more of like the grounded one who has been out in the world and knows
Yeah.
more. And Kimberly was the one that sat home and was just like, "You're not doing it right," you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bring me more high fashion clothes.
Right, right. Did you find any skirts? Oh, I need a dress. I need this.
Yeah. I
Or
need something for this
shoes.
top. Come on, Miguel. Get back up
Yeah,
there.
find me some better shoes. So she had this kind of like mean girl persona. Uh, not anymore. Not
Yeah.
anymore. The further you read into here, it's just like, okay. So the three of them are a force to be reckoned with when they're all united on the same path. But it's like Ed always separates them. Like, oh no. And then they get out. They get out.
Yes.
So far, fingers crossed they continue to get out. I have a feeling that that's not gonna be always. So,
We got
oh
12
man,
issues to go. A lot can happen.
it's like he's gonna devastate us more. I know these characters are not safe. You got some cool merch in here too. So Cthulhu invades fairy tales.
And I actually put volume 2. I haven't made a little thumbnail for it, but you can get volume 2 because I just got all my copies of that in. So,
Yeah, I got mine too. They're really nice.
mm-hmm.
And then pin set. This is super cool. Where'd you get the pins from?
Just this place, pins.com. They do really cool from the original character sketches. These are all from Caesar's original sketches. So we did them all in black and white. So we have our main characters. The next pin I'm hoping to make is going to be we got to do Tristessa. So
Oh yeah.
Tristessa and Rob are the last two that'll kind of finish up the set.
Cool.
Because
Now,
by the time we got to Koa, he never really did a character design. He just did it for the original ones from my character Bible, which would have been all from the first story arc.
makes sense. I love how Dr. Man, he looks like he's a little guy doing like jumping jacks.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, he's flying.
Hmm.
So CGC graded copies. I thought CGC, what happened with them? Are they done, or are there still people that are grading comics?
CGC's the kind of the last man standing because
Yeah.
it was CBCS was their competition,
Okay.
and they're owned by Beckett, which is they're big in sports cards, but their comic grading they were trying to boost and to elevate, and their turnaround times were terrible.
Yeah.
And it just kind of their turnaround times were terrible. Their prices were the same or even a little more than CGC, which was kind of the gold standard. So they just announced, I think it was about 6 months ago or so, that no more new submissions are going to be taken. That if you sent your stuff, we'll still grade it. And what kind of was the final nail was CBCS would verify signatures even if they didn't witness them. For the longest time, CGC would not verify a signature unless they witnessed it, and they'd put the dreaded purple label, which says written on. So a purple label drops your value by at least 25%.
Really?
So if you had a purple label, no one wanted it. So you would send it to CBCS, who, since they're big in the baseball card and football card world, they have authenticators for the signatures. They were kind of the gold standard for authentication. Well, now the company that they used for authentication, CGC hired, and now they'll certify unwitnessed signatures. And that was the end of that, because they came out and started offering certification of the non-witness signatures for a little bit cheaper, and that was that. They were done. So CBCS folded, and now you have PSA, which is the top gold standard for baseball cards, but their labels look shitty.
Really?
Their comic labels are awful, and they're trying to become a big thing, but it's funny because they were both at San Diego Comic-Con. CGC had 2 booths, always crowded. PSA had 1 booth, and you could just walk right up if you wanted to book graded. So people are still going to CGC. PSA is trying to break in. And the thing is, if PSA's comic grading fails, they're still the top in baseball, where CGC does baseball cards, but if you had a card you wanted graded, you would have taken it over to the PSA booth.
Yeah,
You're not taking it to CGC. So it's like they're both trying to infringe on the other one's power, and it's just not going to work. I think when it's all said and done, PSA is going to go right back to being the best for cards, and CGC is going to stay the best for comics.
Makes sense. How much, just because I'm curious, because I have books that I would like to slab, how much does it cost to have them, appraise and grade?
If you wanted to get your signature, if you go to the CGC booth and you want to get your signature certified and everything, it's about $40 to get it graded, but you can get an artist account, which gets you that for half price.
So, but they have like a book slab like these, like your Immortal Era 9.8. How much does it cost for them to do that?
You just need to make an artist account, and it would get you. It's about $20 to get it done.
Okay, all right.
But if you don't have an artist account, it's going to be about $40 to $50.
My hub's just got a Scotty Young book. So he was asking, he was like, I don't know, how do you know people that do? I was like, I do. I was like, I could ask a bunch of questions, but you're here. So I figured I'd ask you.
Yeah, if you take it to a show like that one, if it's not autographed and you just want to drop it off, it's going to be like 20 something to do it. Because at Comic-Con, I dropped off a couple books of my own because I had realized I had completely run out of my first issue of Corruptor. So much so that I don't have a graded copy of my own. Wow. So I dropped off a few of those, and then I had the Garbage Pail Kid variant cover, and I dropped off a few of those because both of those I realized I was out for my own collection. So I usually have one of everything for myself, and I knew I had plenty that I could still send in. So when someone asked me for one, I'm like, you know what? I'll sell you my copy knowing I can get it again. And then I got a book that was autographed. Someone gave it to me. It was crazy. It's the Absolute Batman, this Comic-Con variant, and it was autographed by the artist and the writer. And I sent that one off to CGC. Now that, since we're having to certify 2 autographs and grade it, that was $100. So that was a lot more. So if you have to get each signature you want to get certified is another $25.
Okay. Makes sense. Thank you for explaining that to me. I haven't done that before. T-shirts. Love me some T-shirts.
And that's going to be a really good one. I can tell that design's going to look great.
I'm excited for these. These turned out real nice. I love the purple one. I think that one's really good.
Yeah, that's my most popular one, where that one is popular enough I actually made some just for cons, where I have them, that and then the Fish Lee floaters cover. Those are the T-shirts I stock for cons.
What size do you stock though, or do you just have like
small through double X? I have one of each. So I printed one of each, and then when it sells, I replenish the one that sold.
Interesting. I think about it a lot as I changed my signature to better hide it in the art. That's interesting. Hide it in the art? Don't people want to see your signature though? Or are you talking about like when you actually draw
on the cover?
Are you signing are you signing it? Let's look.
Yes, is it hidden in there?
I was like, is it in her cleavage? Is it here?
Yeah.
Is it in his pants? Sometimes I'm looking for initials.
See, and I got to find Fish at another show and get him to sign a bunch of these, and then have us have a double signed copy. So I got to get Fish to sign this and floaters.
Why? I'm not the guy there looking for a big signature. Why not?
Yeah. I don't think any of us are the ones they're hunting down, but that's all right because we don't charge them. Right. The guy they're looking for is going to cost them a few $100.
Slip it into the perspective of the art. Did you sign this though? Let me look.
Did you hide it in this cover?
Yeah. Where is it, Fish? I was like, it could be in this explosion over here. Is it this?
Yeah, see, I'd have to do... it's hidden in there somewhere.
I'm looking. It's like playing Where's Waldo. It's in.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's here in the explosion somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many good places to hide it. You can like. I was really looking like right here on his pants. It looks like there could be initials, but it's not.
Yeah.
All
Sorry.
right.
Our Where's
Looking
Waldo?
for Nemo. Quinn. We were trying to find Fish's signature in this picture because he says that
Yes.
he hides it in the art.
I think when I get the book, it'll be easier to spot.
Yeah.
Because then I won't have to just squint at a computer screen for it.
Right. I know, and it was like, wouldn't it suck if he signed it like right here?
Yeah, over the where the covers hide right
Yeah.
on the trade dressing.
It's funny. Ah, beautiful transparency. Collaboration. I love this picture with the heads chilling out. I think that's hilarious.
Yeah, and it didn't get flagged, so even better. I guess because there's no blood.
Oh, Fish sent it to me. Let me see. Oh, let me go back. Oh, I see it now. It's right over here.
Okay. So it's not hidden by the logo.
Somewhere
so
over here.
Ah.
If he wanted to say, he would have told me, but or let everybody know. But
yeah, that's the hunt. Buy the book, find the fish.
There you go. Right. So collaboration. We do. The two of us have some collaboration. So it's a great time while we're both still alive. If you back both in a physical copy, you get this beautiful two-sided metal card. These are so fancy.
Yeah, they're great. The metal cards, they come, the last one came out so good. I mean, I have it on my table at cons and people buy it. They don't know. They may not know Path of the Pale Rider, but it's such a beautiful double-sided that people want one. Yeah.
Yeah, this turned out so nice.
Because that was my foil cover and it already was made so it could have some good, like the swords really pop on a foil cover and then the orange on the top. And I mean, everything about it was made to be metal. And then this one looks like it was as well.
Yeah, it turned out super nice. So we're going to do it again because we want to. I was like, I want that. I was like, want to do another one? I'm like, yes, I do. This is my bag of my own goodies.
Ooh.
I'm going to keep in my office.
I have a little shoebox full of them. So same kind of thing.
Gotta have it. It also makes it harder for people to crop my name out. Oh. Yeah, I mean, like, the way that you put it, there's no way that someone would be able to crop it out. Like, and why would you anyway? That's stupid.
Why would I get rid of it? It's part of the art.
Like, anybody who would try to get rid of an artist's name off of their work, straight to jail. Do not pass go. And that's it, my friends. I got the soft cover here, volume 2. I added on some of the individual issues because I'm working my way through Ed's collection here.
Yeah, I'm getting the last couple, and I think I have enough of everything to do one copy of a single issue catch up. So I'm going to actually add that into the campaign because someone asked me at San Diego Comic-Con actually, because it's, you're standing in long lines, you talk with people, and it's like, yeah, could you get all the floppies? I'm like, well, I think I could put together one of those. So I'm going to do a floppy catch up one. And then, I had it. And as I'm standing in line, just talking with somebody, we started talking. Somehow Floaters came into the mix and he went and bought it on my web store right then and there. Cause he's like, I'm about to have that surgery that you just had. So I'm like, all right, well,
hopefully there's no naked guy in yours.
Yeah. I said, yeah, all the stuff I was talking about, I was like, oh my gosh, I had to do that. And he's done all the first few steps. He had to do the test with the Q-tip, and he had to do the laser, and he had to do the setting up for the cut surgery, which, now you're dealing with medical insurance stuff and just wait. And even though they know it's dire and you need it right away, it still takes them 2 months, but that's just our medical system.
Good Lord. I don't.
But
all of that.
he's getting all that, so he had to buy a copy of Floaters because of that. And of course, this was the one con I didn't bring a bunch of my own books. Normally, I would bring them, but I was like, I don't need to lug them around. They're heavy.
Right. I know. George Medina does this too. He'll go to a Comic-Con, not have a table, but he'll bring a backpack
Yeah.
and he'll put his books in it. And so when he's talking, if he has a book that he wants to give or someone wants to buy it, he has them. But just like a handful, because again, you're carrying it around all day. Ooh. So that's it, my friends. Here is the campaign. I'm going to put that link up there again. Make sure you guys go support. This campaign ends in 5 days. It goes to the 2nd?
Yeah, I
Is that
think
the
so.
2nd?
Yeah.
August the 2nd?
Saturday.
Yeah, okay. Saturday? That's the 1st, isn't it?
Yeah, so maybe it is Sunday. I don't know. I think because no, it ends at 6 or whatever time we launch. So it's gonna drop a day when we hit 6 o'clock tonight or 6:15-ish, whatever the time was we launched. So I got to put something together for Saturday. So I got to talk and see what time the schedules are for the madness and see if I skip my Saturday morning show and do a Saturday evening wrap-up show.
Yeah, I did not plan closeout party either, but
Okay.
but mine ends different day than yours because
Yeah, you're the day before, I think.
Friday.
That's weird because we launched the same day.
Yeah, but I didn't do like a full 30 days. I just planned
Oh,
until the end of the month.
got it. Okay, so you did
Yeah.
it by date, not by it's a 30-day campaign.
Mhm.
So yeah, we'll see, and if maybe I can actually, I'll talk to the powers that be and see if they say I can do it in the evening and then still run it like the Saturday morning comic talk. Just at the end, talk about my campaign when it's about to close, and still make it with just topics because yeah, I like making people think, and we can talk about wrap up of San Diego Comic-Con and ask why the fuck is there a Matchbox movie being made, and
I'm sorry,
all that good. They're making a Matchbox movie. I thought it was a joke, and they're making a Matchbox movie with
What?
So essentially, they're making a car movie, but they're branding it the Matchbox movie, starring John Cena. It's like, is John Cena the new The Rock? He'll make any fucking thing they throw money at him for.
Yes, yes, he will. Absolutely, he will. He is. I feel like that man has no not self-esteem, but it's just like he has no. He's Nicolas Cage.
Yeah,
He'll
he
make
has.
whatever movie.
He's
This is
undiscriminating and will
yeah.
pick pure garbage. Because I mean, you get a script and the front of the script says the Matchbox movie. Throw that shit in the fucking dumpster.
But someone's got to do it.
Too Matchbox, too furious. So.
What like is it gonna be like a Fast and Furious movie just with is it like real cars or are they making like
it's real cars, but I saw the trailer and there's a woman approaching him and she's like, we were best friends, and remember when we played with our Matchbox cars?
No.
And you see a flashback to them pushing the cars, and then he flips the car, and then the trailer cuts to a real car flipping. It's like, really? Give me a break. Just call it something else. But then they couldn't do the marketing tie-in. So yes, there is a Matchbox movie to go with the Battleship movie. So I mean, they've already made some bullshit. So why not Matchbox? But Matchbox, come on, Hot Wheels.
Right.
Matchbox is like the B-level toy car.
I gotta say, who asked for these movies?
Yeah.
Like, who asked for Craven the Hunter?
Nobody. And then if you're gonna make Matchbox, why don't you do GoBots next? Because if you're going for the B level of the franchises.
Can we have like hyper realistic Veggie Tales? Let's
do
that with John Cena.
Bring in Sarah to do all the promotional art.
Hey,
the Veggie Cats. That's could be their pets.
That would be hilarious. Matchbox 2, Hot Wheelers. Sorry, I can't even say it. Quinn says, in my sketchbook, I made a drawing of Ghost Rider standing in the middle of Houston Street in a form of John Carpenter's The Thing. There's a hotel in the background which I named after you. Who? Me?
I'm assuming you.
I think you didn't you send me there was something with the hotel sign that went up and down. I remember that. Fish says, every time I take books, I forget to pull them out. Don't take them. Everybody wants them. Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
makes sense. That's what happens.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a break here for a second and play a game. This is what I'm talking about. A dark, gritty, grounded Veggie Tales.
Yes.
Played by real people, just in different crowds.
Oh no, then it's gonna turn into cats.
No.
You can have
Yeah, I hate it.
anatomically correct, like, oh look
No,
at it's the butthole zucchini.
no. We want the eggplant. John Cena. John Cena can be just. He'll just wear
He'll
a
be the
whole
eggplant
purple bodysuit and be an eggplant.
coming off his Matchbox victory. It gets Academy
Oh.
Award nominated. We're just wrong about it.
Oh, see, I love when we get together. We can pitch books
Hmm.
like the best. Ed and I'll tell you what. All right, so recently we had real people with no arms and legs.
Hmm. Well, they're just gonna do they got to have legs to walk around. I don't know. Do the
Yeah.
veggies have? My kids watched Veggie Tales a little bit when they were younger, but it never really resonated with them. Probably because I kept
No.
suggesting other things, like let's watch Phineas and Ferb. That would be fun.
Phineas and Ferb is so much better.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I think it could be something as simple as that we didn't encourage it, even though they watched it here and there. But do they have arms and legs? I don't know. I
they
don't
don't.
remember. Do
But
they
do they
just
like?
headbutt things?
Do they hop around? Like, how do they interact with things? I don't know.
I don't know.
I think Veggie Tales never really appealed to me. And so again,
Yeah.
when you have kids and they get in a rut, right? So they watch the same thing,
Mm-hmm.
and like we got into Phineas and Ferb, which was great because we
Yeah.
watched them all. But like when they're watching Mickey Mouse Club and you're like
Mm-hmm.
singing the hot dog song in your sleep, it's a problem.
Oh
So
man.
I was like, we're not doing.
See, they were into that. They were into Dora. They were into Blue's
Yeah.
Clues. And the Backyardigans was one of the tolerable ones. We would watch that one. But then Veggie Tales, Blue's Clues oh man, no more of that. So
There's only
yeah,
one
that
thing. Was it okay? So fish. I don't know if you can confirm this or not. Was there something where they were singing "Where is my hairbrush"? Because I feel like that's
the
VeggieTales.
Veggie Tales, I don't
Yeah.
know. Do they have hair?
Where is my hairbrush? Because it got stuck in my head for I don't remember.
Hmm.
I bet in the future Hollywood will make a movie based on Mr. Bucket. Who's Mr. Bucket?
I don't know.
They've made a lot of.
Oh, it'll happen. Now, when I saw the Matchbox movie trailer, I knew at that point they're gonna make everything and just put no thought into it, because like, hey, we'll get a big name star, we'll throw $10 million at him, and there we go.
And see, this is what happens when you have people in Hollywood that have too much money and too much say in what gets made and what doesn't,
Mm-hmm.
because they just make a lot of crap. But it's like even now, okay. So I was just on a show with Ryan Permission here on the Madness, and we were doing a 35-year anniversary watch of Terminator 2,
Mm.
right? And so James Cameron, excellent movie. I gave it a 10
Oh
out
yeah.
of 10. Excitement, video, like the action scenes, the storyline, it's just such a crazy movie, and it's still like you're crying at the end, feeling sad for this
Yeah.
Terminator, right? And it's like, but if you compare that to Cameron movies now, it's like some people need to learn when to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Let's
have all
make.
this money, but your movies aren't good like that anymore.
Yeah,
Stop making the same Blue People movie.
visually they're beautiful,
Right.
but they could lose at least, I'd say, 45 minutes and they'd still be fine, and they're just so bloated and overdone.
And
And
it's the
he
same,
wants
like,
to do 5 of them, and he could probably tell the whole story in 2, but he's just
yeah.
spinning his wheels and like, let me show you this new, even better technology. But in the end, we want a good story. We don't want fancy technology.
Right. And I mean, like, the technology from back then is nowhere close to what
No.
it is now. But if you ask me, would I prefer to watch, Avatar Way of Water or Terminator 2? It's Terminator 2 every single time.
And it ages, even though it's older technology, it still doesn't look terrible.
It looks really good. I mean, and some of the special effects that they did were like the Terminator is going through the bars, but then the gun got stuck, like stuff like that. It's just like, man, why can't we have movies like this anymore?
I know.
But even the guy that made that movie isn't making good movies. See what
Yeah,
I mean? So
he's
we're in
not
this
making
weird
those.
rut.
Well, Or look at Ridley Scott. I mean, he's just,
Stop
he
it.
was a master and now he's just making garbage and complaining that, oh, it's this or that. That's why people didn't go see my movie. He's the old man shaking his fist at the sky, but making shitty movies, but blaming those
Blaming the
damn
people
kids.
watching. Right. And it's like, give us something good and we will go see it.
Mm-hmm.
You all went and saw Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us more of that. Please.
Yeah.
I don't want to see another Ghostbusters.
Oh,
Anyway,
no.
I digress. We're going to play some games. We're going to look at, I don't even know. We'll see what's in here. We're going to play. Can't remember. Did we do zombies last time you were on?
I think so. I think it was all undead.
So this time we're going to do Immortals. If you're cool with that.
Sounds good.
We did it on the show not too long ago, but I love to get people's impressions. No spoilers, he said. Which Terminator 2 or the Blue People movie? Sorry, Dave. So you have to tell me if you're gonna hug these Immortals or not. So we're gonna start here and see what you think about some of these Immortals. The Picture of Dorian Gray. Have you read this?
I have. It's
You
been a
have
while, but
not.
I read it. It was one that I read in college. I mean, it's a great one. I mean, he's just a dude. I'll hug him. I don't think you can catch anything from him. Don't know if I want to hug the picture. Don't trust that, but yeah, Dorian Gray. Give him a quick hug. Why not?
I don't know. Is he like morally, how I want to say, he's just not a like moral person, because look at his painting. His painting reflects the actions of what he has done, but the consequences go to the painting and not him. So it's like, are you hugging like a Jeffrey Epstein? Because look at that painting.
Yeah. Well, the painting's aging too, so it's aging while he stays frozen in time.
Right.
So yeah, I mean he's I don't think he's Epstein bad, but yeah, I mean you give him a hug. There's worse things to hug.
Like Dracula?
He's gonna kill me if I try to hug him, so I think I'm gonna pass.
Fish says he's not sure about the cleanliness standards.
Oh yeah, he's gonna stink. That's true. I mean that once a month showering, or not showering, bathing, and using that water for 5 or 6 people. So
now, would you?
Is he first bath or second? I'll hug him after first bath when he gets dressed again.
It's so gross. But would you hug this vampire, or would you hug Edward Cullen?
I mean, Edward Cullen is just gonna be all sad about my hug. You should have hugged me harder.
Harder, softer. He's like,
oh. You didn't put any heart into that hug.
Stinky stew bather. Oh, Jim, hi. Just wanted to say you guys have podcast chemistry. Thanks. Mission Mark may be one day an offshoot feature. What?
Oh, he wants us to be on. He says we have good chemistry together, but this is not our first time on. She's come on my show. I've come on her show, and yes, we know. We have the good chemistry. That's why we have the record with Mr. Fish, who's tuning in too, and Sarah, for talking so long that we got kicked off the madness, because they're like, you motherfuckers, we have other people, You're not the only podcasters on this network.
Listen, Jim, we love you, but like Ed is a teacher and he has how many podcasts? Two, yeah. 2 a week. I have this one, and I moonlight on a lot of different podcasts during the week. So as much as we would love to do another podcast together, it just seems like it's a lot of podcasts.
You can just know that we will always come on each other, so you'll be able to see us. In fact, you want to see us on Wednesday, we'll be talking about the Twilight soundtrack. So.
And I'll be there, so you can see this again on Wednesday. Except we'll throw Dash into the mix and all the a lot of the people from Critical Affection podcast.
So it's gonna be a full house, and it'll be fun because we're talking about the good part of Twilight, and that's the music. Because I got no beef. I got no beef with the soundtrack of that movie. I mean, they got a solid Radiohead song in there. They have a
Yeah.
good Muse song.
Yes.
We have one song, the song from Edward himself. We can talk some shit about that one. Oh,
Fish
Fish.
person.
You want in on this gigantic thing?
Nice.
Let's do it. Oh, you know
Yes.
what? Let's see. Let's try. Laurie, are you available Saturday evening for closeout show? And
Possibly.
Fish, are you? Because we could make it happen then. We'd have to start
Possibly.
it early because we know we can talk, so we can have it coming to the closeout.
I might come just I don't know, drunk just because my campaign's already going to be over and I don't care.
Yeah. So we'll
I
see.
might
Well,
be a lot of fun or none at all. I don't know.
we might put it together, but yeah, if I added another podcast to my weekly schedule, I would be hanging out on the couch a lot more often.
Yeah, I'd be in trouble for sure.
Be busy, especially when one of the shows requires me to do at least a few hours of research every, because I do take my research seriously for the music show.
Yeah.
Once we get into talking about the songs, that's when we'll start goofing around and talking shit and having fun. But for the actual research, even if I hate an album, I want to go in and not have any false facts. So with that said, you do a podcast that requires a few hours of research and, a lot of time. If I added another one, my wife would not be pleased.
Oh, look who it is. Hi, Chad. All right. So are we hugging the Kurgan, Ed?
I think he would behead me. So I'm going to just do my best to run away. I guess so. Maybe I can because I'm not immortal, so he's not going to have a problem.
I mean, he might like me because I'm female, so he might hug me without killing me. But that's my only.
Yeah, I think I'm going to just avoid it because it seems a bad idea.
Yeah. Do we know who they cast for? Isn't it Batista?
I think so. One? Yeah.
Okay. He, Clancy, this actor, he has this helmet.
Oh, he kept it.
He has this. Yeah.
Oh, how cool.
They were interviewing him, obviously, because they released like a teaser trailer for the new one with what's his face? Superman. What's his name? Chat, fill in the blanks.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was The Witcher.
Yeah, I know. Henry Cavill.
Thank you. So, I mean, like, obviously there's a spotlight on this going on right now. So, Clancy was like, oh, yeah, I still got that.
Yeah.
Showing it off. Like, this guy, Clancy Brown, has the most amazing filmography and, like, photography. Like, he's Mr. Krabs. Come on, you guys. When you see this, do you know Mr. Krabs? No.
Wasn't he Lex Luthor in the animated Superman series?
So he was Lex Luthor. He's done a ton of voice work. He's amazing at it, too. So, my favorite that I like him in is in The Green Mile. Like, he's great.
Green Mile, he was great.
Yeah. Or no, that's not Green Mile.
No, Shawshank.
Shawshank Redemption. We're terrible.
Yeah. Shawshank, and then if you saw the HBO series Carnival, he was in that one as well. That is such a good and underrated series, but it never properly ends, so it kills me because I think it got 2 seasons. The production of it was so beautiful. It's like this kind of carnival with mysticism set in like the early 1900s. And it is just beautiful, but it's one of those ones that I don't think it got enough viewership, and the production cost was so much that it died after season 2, ending on a massive cliffhanger. So it's terrible because we never get answers, and that's what always kills me. It's like when the best shows end and you'll never get it filled in. I wish that the creator would just do, okay, we're going to finish it in a novel or a graphic novel, because sometimes they'll do that. Like, okay, we're going to give you season 3 in a comic book or season 3 as a novel, so we can at least know what's going to happen.
Yeah. And that's the hard part about TV too, because it's like, here you are planning for another season and they're just like, sorry, you didn't get renewed.
Yeah.
So.
Because I know it was pricey.
Yeah. I'm afraid of this one. I ain't hugging her.
Galadriel, yeah. She can get dark.
Yes. I feel like she'd be like, look in this mirror. And then I just go nuts.
Yeah.
So, like, hi, nice lady. I'll be over there.
Yeah.
Stay over there.
Yeah. She's a bit stern. I think on the right day, you could probably like shake her hand.
Yeah, I
But
don't think she does hugs.
I don't think, yeah, she's not the hugging type.
Mm-mm.
Look in this mirror to those who have hugged me. It's not going to work.
Now, would you hug the Doctor?
I never watched Doctor Who, so I'm assuming he would be okay. You know,
you know what? I haven't watched it either, but I've heard he's
okay.
great. So
Yeah, I'm assuming he's okay to give a quick hug and move along. So yeah,
right.
I'm thinking he's not a villain. He'll hug.
Right. I just don't want to go on the adventure. I feel like if you get into the TARDIS, that you might not get back.
Yeah, I'll skip that. I don't need to go in the TARDIS.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody that has watched this show would hug the Doctor. Like I'd hug him if he just, leave me in my own time and space.
Yeah, I'll hug him on his way to the TARDIS and let him go.
Bye. I'll wave at you as you go bye. I'm too afraid to get in there now. Who we got? Wolverine.
Wolverine's going to see me as a threat and I'm going to be impaled. So I'm going to pass on that one.
I can't run. I would never survive.
Yeah.
I don't think he does hugs.
No, Wolverine is not the hugging type. So like Galadriel, you might get him on a good day and he'll shake your hand if you buy him a beer or something.
Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you think because it's his son, he would try again?
I think he'd try again. It is his son. He's trying to redeem him. So I think that hug's going to happen because it's redeeming your only child.
But when he learned from the first time?
Yeah, I guess if he goes back in time, if he goes in the TARDIS, gets brought back in time, and he can say this time, don't hug him, shoot him.
Hi, Justin.
Hi, Justin.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine if you put all these guys in a room?
Yeah.
Now, I would hug Deadpool once.
I think he'd give a hug. He seems to be that type. Again, you find him in the right situation, and he'd be hugging on you and like have his arm around you and tell you his life story. So I think he'd be okay with him.
I think if there was tacos or chimichangas, that he would definitely hug you.
Yeah, and I can make a really good air fryer chimichanga, so he's coming in for that.
He stinks, this fish. He probably does.
Honestly, these people probably all have a really bad odor. Maybe the Doctor, because he lives in modern times, he's got proper showers. Yeah. So, but most of them, they're gonna have a stink to them. Galadriel, does she have showers there? I mean,
like, does she sweat though?
Yeah, I don't think so. You're right. I don't think elves sweat.
Yeah. We got Loki, Immortal.
No, Loki would definitely stab you in the back.
Yeah, he would hug you and then stab you.
Yeah, there would be a knife in his hand. It would materialize out of nowhere. You would be stabbed and killed. So yeah, no hug of Loki.
Elves don't have BO. Yeah, thanks, Justin, for clarifying that. I mean, her hair looks too pretty. There's no way that she's sweating.
Yeah, that's true. That's shampooed hair right there. Or hair that never has any problem.
We're not attacking the Doctor. We
said he's one that won't have the BO because he lives in proper modern shower times where a lot of these characters don't, or Wolverine does, but I don't think he gives a shit. I think the stink would be appealing because he doesn't want to be approached.
I don't think Chad Perkins is an immortal, but would you hug him?
Yeah, why not?
No.
You put that stogie away. I don't need to be around that.
He has a Pope hat, which makes me laugh.
I have heavy allergies, so I don't need that.
No stogies. I don't even know where he was.
That's funny.
Looks like at a band. Like he was at a look. There's like a band in the background.
Yeah.
Chad, where were you for this?
Yes.
I'm just curious.
Let us know.
I think Wolf's musk smells more than any BO. Yeah.
I think so. And I think I think he's absolutely cool with it because he doesn't like people. He wants them to stay away from him.
Yeah.
And if you walk into the bar reeking to hell, then they're going to be like, ooh, keep away from that guy. And he'll be able to drink alone, which is, that's a win for him. So yeah.
That's what he wants. He just wants to smoke his stogie and drink his beer. And
yeah, so Wolverine's going to be your smelliest of the smelly.
Well, thank you for playing. hug this.
Hmm.
It's a fun time. It's a fun time. Was there any immortals on there that I didn't have that you would hug? You think?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. What are some other immortals? I mean, we have, I guess zombies are kind of immortal, so you're not hugging them. We talked about them last time.
No, we're not
But
hugging zombies.
oh, there was that one. It was with Charlize Theron, and they were all immortals.
Ooh. Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'll hug
The
Charlize Theron. I'll take my chances. It's fine.
last something about the order, the last order, the last.
Something like that. It was a Netflix movie.
We're so bad with names.
And
But
she
I can't
was,
think about it when I'm on the spot. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
think about
same.
it later
As soon
after.
as we hit that button and the show ends, it'd be like, that's it. That's what I was trying to think of, and just how it goes.
So I want to talk about the other immortal that you're writing, which
Mm-hmm.
is the Karens.
Yes. So,
Tell us about, well, for those that let me back up. For those that don't know, what's the Karen comic about? And then
all
when did
right.
that start and when is it coming? Because I know it's coming
So,
soon.
Karen Hunters is going to be my next title. So, probably September, October. The Maya, who does Immortal Era and she did Floaters, she's going to be doing the colors for it. So, she's working on colors right now.
Cool.
And the basic thing of that is, I was invited on your Karen show, and you said, oh, just think of something fun. So, what do? I write an entire lore in a world where Karens are actually demons that take over people's body, and they spread their seed through spit, which the joke of that one is that's why they hate masks so much. When everybody was forced to wear masks, that's why they would scream at the manager, you can't make me wear this mask, because the spittle, if it touches your skin, it sinks into your skin and gets into your heart and shrinks your heart into an egg where a Karen will hatch out of it. And yeah, I'm going on her show and I write an entire mythology for Karens and what they are. And I went on the show as a Karen hunter, and she didn't know. I didn't tell Laurie that I was doing this. I figured, all right, she just said make something up. So I wrote an entire lore and history of this world and said, okay, you're trying to spread.
Yes, yes, Carl. As one does. Fish did the same. He came out as a wrestler.
Yeah. So I came on with all of this lore, and then I finished the show, and you, as I do, I went on my run. So I'm going on my run, and and when I go on my run, I get a lot of creative thinking. That's when ideas are just bursting in my head. And I'm at a stoplight, and I text Laurie, I think I actually have enough to make a series out of this stupid mythology that I wrote, because it had so much lore and backstory, where our main character's girlfriend gets turned into a Karen, and he's going to try to punish the Karen Prime, as they call her, who turned his girlfriend into a Karen, and then try to rescue his girlfriend from hell, which is where all of the pure souls get sent once they get Karen-fied, or I don't know what we'll call it.
Yeah. Now, okay, what happens when you get like 12K on this Kickstarter?
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be it's actually going to be an 8-issue miniseries.
Oh
4 issues on Earth, 4 issues in Hell. So the first 4 issues will be just Karen Hunters, and that's going to be him going to battle the Karen Prime. But there were a lot of Karen Hunters at one point, and when we get into our story, there's only 4 left. So there was the Beverly Hills Karens. They took out the Beverly Hills Karens, but that it wiped out a good chunk of all of the Karen Hunters, and now they have to go try to defeat the Karen Prime when they only have 4 left, and one potential new Karen Hunter who we get introduced to in the issue. But yeah, they have to test if they're truly Karen Hunters in the most disgusting ways.
When you said that and I read, I was like, oh my God. It was like, you were so gross. And I was like, you're going to have to show this. Like, this is disgusting. So be prepared, people. It's really gross.
And it's one of these things where it's a absurdly ridiculous premise, but I try to write it serious, where it's not like a parody book. I'm not
Right.
trying to write it like it's goofy parody. I'm writing it like it's an actual wild adventure that's absurd.
Can't
So
help it though. That kind of stuff makes me laugh where it's like it's serious and it's disgusting and like there's blood, guts, and gore, and I just chuckle. That's my reaction to it. So it's
and
like
the
I'm gonna laugh and have a good time through this whole thing.
it continues my cycle of decapitated heads.
Yes.
I think by page 3 we have our first.
Oh my god. And then you need a naked guy to run through it.
Oh yeah, Floaters 2 is in the script is being worked on, and Naked Guy will make his way into it because
Yes.
I was set to just do one issue of Floaters, but people have asked. I mean, so many people. Oh, I can't
Yeah.
wait to see what happens in issue 2. It's like, do I really got to go here? So I start issue 2 with the surgery. So the first opening part is someone trying to get the floaters removed. So I didn't touch the surgery in the first issue. So we have to have a shot of the scalpel moving toward the eye, which I got to witness because they don't put you out. They put you in the twilight state. So you're giddily laughing as a needle comes to your eye and as the scalpel comes to your eye. So
No, none of that is
that's our
okay.
opening. That's the
Yeah.
opening, and then the second half takes place in a hospital. You actually kind of set up that idea when we were doing the floaters launch. It's not going to take place because you were talking about how they forgot to use the to give you the medication for one of the things.
Yes. My
So I
traumatic
figure,
experience.
what if the doctor did it on purpose? Because pain is what activates the floaters. So you're going to get a doctor who wants to make someone suffer some pain to activate their floaters in a hospital. So it's going to be a hospital rampage, and a naked dude will run through. But since I don't want to actually make I don't want to call it a not safe for work book, because it's sure as hell not safe for work. I mean, someone plops out their eyeball with a garden spade in issue 1. That's not safe for work. But and it's funny because I missed it the first time I was looking through the art, and then I was looking through the colored one. I'm like, Dan, you nailed that. That is good shit. She pops her eyeball out with a garden spade. And then, yeah, it's...
See, and I giggle.
Yeah. And Sarah still hasn't read it. Sarah's like, I can't bring myself to read it. No,
I don't think Sarah should. She's going to be traumatized for life. Oh, man, I've never been all the way out to it. You've never been all the way out? Not?
I've been only once for the wisdom teeth. So that was the only time they put me fully out. But that's, to be fair, I've only had 2 surgeries, the eye one and the wisdom teeth one. So I'm fortunate that those are the only 2 times I've been on the operating table.
I've had lots.
Yeah.
But the one that I was talking about, I had a emergency cesarean, and they gave me a spinal chat, and they missed. And so as they're cutting into me, I'm like, I can feel, and they're like, too late, we've already started. So I got to experience what it was like to be disemboweled.
So that's I used that when you talked about that story. So we're not going to do it in the maternity ward, because I'll write dark. Well, I would say I won't write that dark, but then I'd be lying. So I'm going to just...
I've read your work.
I've read Immortal Era 3, and yeah. So I'm going to just say I won't do that, but it will take place in a hospital. So yeah, it's going to get crazy, and it's actually going to be it's going to be Floaters 1/2, because it's going to directly connect to issue 1, and then I'll say I'm done, but I might be lying. At this point, we just call it's now an ongoing series, and
I'm sure
call it that. But it's an ongoing series that doesn't... Each one will be a standalone story. Each one is a one story where it's no cliffhanger, no, what's going to happen next. Each one will be a single standalone. So I guess it might end up being 10 issues, but each one is a standalone. So it doesn't leave you waiting. So if it's 3 years between issues, it doesn't matter because they're all just standalone one-shot stories. So that's what I can say is there might be more, but they'll all be little one-shots as the floaters move to the next person and we see how it torments them. But I have to think of different ways that it torments.
That's the hard part, because it's like you probably and it just depends on like what comes to you when you run, honestly, or like conversations on podcasts that inspire things. But I'm sure there's things out there. But it's like I love that idea of like a one shot could further the story just from a different perspective. And these floaters are so destructive, it would make sense that it would wreak havoc, and then it's like they have to move on to the new host.
Whoever gets them is going to get killed. Eventually they're going to die, which I always relate it to people if I'm pitching it at the table. I said, think of it like Smile. If there's another issue, it's just the curse has moved to the new person and it's focused on them. So it's not going to be the ongoing story of our characters from last time. Because last time it was, even though we had a main character, it was more focused on the homeless woman and kind of how the floaters moved around through her.
Yeah. Which, I mean, you guys, that's another dark one, but I really, really enjoyed it. And I love kind of like the foreshadowing on the cover. Again, Fish's cover, where I was like, what is all this stuff like on the cover? Because that's me. I'm always looking and trying to decipher, right?
Yeah. And Dan,
like,
Dan and Fish.
What is going on here? And it's,
Dan and Fish both did beautiful covers. And I had Caesar from Immortal Era do one as well. So that one, that was I mean, it was good therapy is what I'll call it, because I was sitting in the waiting room freaking the hell out, and it was keeping from losing my mind. And it's actually it's funny because it's either right up people's alley when I'm at a comic table, or they don't even let me finish the pitch.
I can see that. I can definitely see that, where it's like, oh no. Too gross. I don't want to hear. It's that body horror.
Yeah, you're dealing with eyeballs too, and eyeballs make people especially squeamish. Yes. So yeah, I'm like, okay, imagine that floaters are parasites that take over people's minds. They're like, stop! I don't want to hear anymore. And I've been stopped like mid pitch because I have my pitch down to a science where I said, I tell people, would you like to hear? Do you have enough time to do a quick elevator pitch where you can hear about every book on this table in 1 minute or less? And most people will do that. Like, they're like, no, I don't have time. I'm like, 1 minute or less, I'll tell you about every book on this table. And they're like, all right, I'll give you that 1 minute. So
I just wanted to bring it up so people can see that it's still available. Do you have it as an add-on on your campaign?
It is. You can add it on the Kickstarter campaign. You can add Corruptor on as a... So you have Corruptor and you have floaters that can be put on as add-ons. And I don't think I put them... I didn't put pictures of it. I got to do that. So that was...
at this point.
Yeah. That was something I should have done. But yeah, it is. They are in the add-on section. Basically everything. So you can get issues 1 and 2 of Corruptor, issue 1 of Floaters, the Cthulhu Invades, volume 1 or 2. So we have all that available in the add-on section, which I should have put a picture in there. So that is something to remember for the next campaign. Because like you said, with this one, with its 5 days left.
Right. So if you're ever looking before you pledge, right, you can go to the rewards tab here, and then it has all the rewards listed. But when you go into like, here's my selection, but it also shows like, here's all the available add-ons that you can. And so this is where I recommend people go on my own campaign as well to see if like stuff is still available. Because a lot of times my exclusives are in the add-ons. And so this is where you have to look. So yeah, look, here's Floaters. That's cool. So this is where you should go right now, people. I know I shared Ed's website, which is always there, but campaign is campaign. And, if it's live, that's where you should go. So. Definitely.
And I'm glad you put up my website because I completely forgot about my web store sale that I made in line at Comic-Con. So I need to ship that man his book. However, he's from Michigan and he was flying back yesterday. So I know he's not impatiently waiting for his book, and I'll drop it in the mail today. So that was awesome, because we were just talking in line. And I mean, I don't shut up. I mean, I guess I make a lot of friends in line, because I'm just one that, like, all right, here, we're going to be sitting here for 2 hours. Let's just shoot the breeze. And yeah, it ended up leading into some crazy stuff. So I guess, do you want to hear my crazy con story? All right. So I had told you about, I was trying to go to, I got in line early so I could go to the DC booth and buy, you can spare 1 minute. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, he's like, I can't spare 1 minute. I have hours of doom scrolling to get to.
So I go in the line, and I'm just, wanting to get this DC box, because it comes with a t-shirt, a card, and a comic, and I want to get them all. I want the t-shirt for myself. I want the card and comic. I was going to take them to CGC right away, get them graded, just because I love the Absolute Batman series, and it was a really beautiful foil cover. So we're just chatting in line, and the conversation moved into the people that were next to me, like, oh, we're going to Disney World. I'm like, oh yeah, last time I went to Disney World, I did the Dopey Challenge, which is where you run a 5K, 10K, half marathon, and full marathon in 4 days. And yeah, so we're talking about that. And then the woman is saying, oh yeah, I've done the Disney marathons, I'm a runner. And we just started talking about races. And then the conversation moves to, so what are you going to try to get? If you're starting in line at 6 a.m, you have something in mind that you want to get. You don't want to just walk the floor. You can walk in at 10 o'clock and walk the floor.
Right.
So I said, oh, I'm trying to get this DC box. It's, I'm telling him all about the box. And the guy goes, yeah, you know what? I designed that box.
What?
So the box was done by Shoe Palace. He's the owner of Shoe Palace. So he's like, yeah, I designed that box. And he goes, you know what's crazy? I can't even get one for myself. He's like, I can get pieces of the box, but they only made 500 of the box, and they sold 100 per day. So he said, unless I go down to buy a box, they're not going to give me one. So
that's lame.
So yeah, he was telling me that. So I'm like, okay, yeah, well, that's crazy. And then, we just kind of shot the breeze for a little bit more. I went on the floor, and I can power walk very fast. So I power walk, get to the DC booth, got in the booth. And this is where I think I mentioned it earlier. The guard I have 2 big security goons walk up to me, grab me by the shoulders, and go, sir, you need to get out of this line. And I was like, what?
I didn't hear about this.
I was like, I didn't push. I didn't shove. They're like, get out of the line. I was like, what do you mean? I'm just sitting here playing a fucking game on my phone. I'm just goofing around. And the guy's like, get out of the line. I was like, why? Because you're an exhibitor. I said, what do you mean? He's like, we're not selling to exhibitors. I said, no, I'm a professional. I said, this is a badge that, I'm a professional. I got the badge because I create in the comic books, but we're allowed to buy exclusives like everybody else.
Yeah, I got in line. I'm going to pay the money. It's not like I'm helping anything.
So he's like, no, you're an exhibitor. I'm like, but no, get out of the line. So he just start yelling at me to get out of the line. I'm like, can I talk to someone who runs the booth? No, get out of the line. So finally I get out of the line. God. I go talk to 4 or 5 people at the booth, and all of them are telling me the same thing. You're an exhibitor. I'm like, no, I'm a professional. You're an exhibitor. And then finally I leave. And the guy, as I'm leaving, the guy who was 1 spot behind me, I see him walking out with his box set. So I'm like, fuck you, Fate. But no, Fate was like, I apologize, because it gets good. So I was upset. I'm just kind of brooding for the first half of the day. And then I go the next morning, because we got a slot at Funko, and my daughter went with me because she's the one that actually got the slot. We all had to enter the portal. So I'm sitting in line with my daughter, and I see the guy who owns Shoe Palace, and they kind of waved to me. I'm like, hey, and I said, I have to tell you what happened. So I tell him the whole story, and the guy's like, oh wow, and he's like, who did you talk to in the booth? And I'm telling him the names. He's like, oh man, I'm gonna have a word with them. And he goes, and then he pulls out a book from his backpack, and it's the book from the box set, signed by the artist and signed by the writer. And I'm like, oh, that's so freaking cool, man. He's like, no, man, it's yours. I'm sorry that happened to you. And I swear, I'm like, you want to see a grown man cry? I was like, Fate said, I'm sorry, man. That wasn't cool. We got you. And
Oh.
and I immediately, as soon as I got done with Funko, I bolted over to CGC and I'm like, they have a hot toy of that Absolute Batman. I'm like, I'm buying that hot toy and I'm displaying it next to this book. And now that's like a prize of my collection.
That's so cool.
Just the craziest thing where you think,
Yeah.
you think you have a terrible day and it ends up turning into one of those things where that's a con story I will tell for years.
That's awesome.
And people would not believe, like if I tried to post it on Reddit, they'd be like, yeah, right. You met the guy and then he gave you the book the next day.
Weirder stuff has happened. You know what I mean? Weirder stuff has happened. But that's so cool that he was even there. That you got to talk to him in line and that he was able to. God.
There's thousands of people. There's thousands and thousands of people. The odds of running into any person twice is rare.
Yeah.
And the fact that I ran into him the next day and he had a copy of that book and handed it to me, it blows my mind. That becomes the story of the con right there.
That's so cool. See, I like hearing good con stories. I had that post earlier in the month where I was like, tell me your crazy con stories, and most of them were bad.
See, if Sunday nothing happened, let's say I just got in line and I got my Funko figures, then I would have had my bad con story. But now the bad turned so good, it flipped on its head.
Right. I've never had anything cool like that happen. That's awesome.
I before I could have said that until that Sunday, but it's just so crazy that I'm sitting there chatting with the owner and his wife, not even, knowing anything, just when we decided to talk about what exclusive you're going to buy, because we could have had that whole time and that whole conversation, and I would have never known that he was one of the owners of Shoe Palace and that he's the one that designed the box. Because then he started telling me the story behind the box and everything, and I guess DC gave him like 2 months to put it all together. It was a massive rush job.
Wow.
And now they want him to do one for New York Comic Con. So
what does it entail? Like, what's all in the box? It's book.
It's got a book, a shirt, and a card. So he had to contact first DC and they gave him a list or photos of all the unused covers from Absolute Batman. And he got to pick his favorite of those to use for this one. So the art was already done. That's why they wanted a fast turnaround.
Gotcha.
Because they didn't need to have an artist do it. The art was already complete. So he had to do that. And then he had to go to Upper Deck and do the same thing.
The card, okay.
They looked at all the cards that had been done and they said, okay, here's the unused designs. He picked his favorite one of that. And they slapped it in one of the hard cases.
Right.
And then the shirt is just the image from the card or from the comic book.
Okay.
So you have that, and then
have like boxes made. Like, is there a
presentation? Yeah, he had to design the box, and the box is beautiful too. It's got like the image on the inside, but in yellow instead of the color, and then it's got just Absolute Batman on the outside, and he designed a really beautiful box, but he said everything was just crazy rushing because they had to first pick the cover, then get it printed, and then, check that the quality control is good. Yeah. Same thing with the cards. And then after that, get all the shirts printed and get them all together in like a 3-month window to have them ready for the show.
That's crazy. That's nuts. And to have 500 of them made.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot of work. God bless that man.
Yeah, so it's crazy.
He has some time, but I mean, like, sheesh.
Yeah, he said he's hoping he can do Absolute Wonder Woman for the New York one. So that'll be cool. It'll be one. I'm not going to be at New York, and I don't want to pay what the eBay price is, so I can just admire it from afar. Because the Batman one's going for like $500 on eBay, and it cost $100. So I'm very lucky I got that book because I wasn't about to drop $500 for it.
No. Well, that, and it's just, man, the fact that he gave it to you, that's crazy.
Yeah. Just the weirdest ending to what became a beautiful story. It started off horrible. Yeah. Just, oh my gosh, I'm just like trying to tell them a professional and exhibitor aren't the same. Exhibitors are the sellers. And what happened the day before all the exhibitors rushed the booth early because they can be in the line before the con even opens.
Oh.
So they're allowed in 2 hours early. So basically, some exhibitors just walked over to the DC booth, kind of hovered around, and then as soon as the line opened, they surged into the line, and the line was full. And I guess the exhibitors got pretty rough too. There was pushing. There were like 2 fights at that particular booth because they were so for a stretch of time, the box was selling for $1,000 out of 100. So people were getting violent to get this stupid box. And yeah, then people were trying to cut the line, and then the fights would happen. And then I think there was a fight over at Funko as well, because there was one pop they had that they only made 100 of. And for preview night, to get that one, you have to be like some Funko member on their website, and they gave you a wristband, but people counterfeited the wristbands. So people that had legitimate wristbands and should have got that super rare pop, and they deserve it, because to earn that wristband means they got to spend a certain amount of money with Funko and post a certain amount of times on their website and show that they've been a member on the message board for over 10 years, all these different things. So they're the ones that deserve it, because they're the true fanatics. They're going to get it and prize it. But then someone got the wristbands, counterfeited them, and the people that had legitimate ones never got it because the counterfeiters bought them. So they could have made a post on your story. And Hall H had Hall H stories. So there was so many bad ones, but fortunately I had one that started bad but had a very, very good ending. So
yeah. But I mean, like, this is it, right? And this is what we write into our stories. When people are involved, there's a-holes involved.
So many.
Like, there is no way to outrun the a-hole.
Yeah, they're the ones who are making counterfeit ones and taking it from the true super fans, because they don't even open it up for attendees, regular attendees, for Wednesday. It's just for the super fans.
And you know they're gonna put it on eBay anyway. That's
the fake wristband ones, they're all throwing it on eBay.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone who wins it for the regular portal, that's just the lottery. And then you can do whatever the heck you want, because that's not for the super fans. That's just, it's like winning a lottery ticket. And if you want to cash it in on eBay, do your thing. Oh, but if you're the super fan, you got done dirty.
Wouldn't you be so mad? I would be so mad. What's the point of doing all that if you can't even cash in your one perk?
Yeah.
It's about that time, so we're going to start wrapping up the show. Ed, make sure you tell everybody where they can find you. I just want to remind everybody one more time, head over to Kickstarter and show some support here. He's almost to 100 backers, you guys. 3 more pushes him over.
Yes. So please head on over. We're as you can see, we are a good chunk away from getting funded. I have a couple big backers that still haven't come in. I'm sure they will. They'll push us closer, but this one's going to take a lot to get us over that line. So if you can, anything, even if you don't have money, share it on your socials. It's highly appreciated. If you're running a campaign, throw it in your update. All of those things truly help it, and get that sexy fish cover, because Fish nailed my characters. I mean, and that's something you don't get a lot of in a guest cover, is truly nailing the character. Because the last cover Fish did, he didn't need to nail the cover, the characters. He was doing my Fright Night homage, but what he did nail was that the house with the tire holding down the tarp and all that, like, because that is what I looked at. I grew up in the high desert, and if anyone in this area knows the high desert, it was, when I grew up, a dirt road town. It was a dirt road town, and all of your neighbors had the tire holding on the roof to fix the roof leak that they had. It was fucking 5 pot dealers on every block. It was something. And sadly, my dad was one of them pot dealers. I think now the statute of limitations is there, because me and my brother do have greenhouse pot pictures. I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like, yes.
Man, this dude makes it hard to crash a show. You hush for a second? Jeez.
You know I can talk. You let me on your network. You know I don't shut up.
This is true.
what's happening?
Hey, man, how's it going?
How are you?
I just wanted to crash the Laurie's 200th.
I know.
Yes.
You know, and of course, it's always good to see you, Ed. How you doing, brother?
Good.
I'm doing the Albuquerque thing. You know, I'm living Laurie's life right now. It's hot. It's humid. It's you know.
Yeah, we're supposed to be 106 out here, so
Oh God.
the humidity is what we don't have. So I guess that's the only perk is my part of Southern California is it gets scorching, but we don't get heavy humidity. I mean, it's not as dry as say Arizona or as, you know, Nevada, but it's going to get hot. Not 120 hot.
I'm waiting for somebody to tell me Albuquerque is a dry heat, and I'm gonna giggle at them because it's like just every afternoon the monsoon comes through.
Yeah, that's not a dry heat.
It's horrible, and it's not dry. But having fun. Mom's good. I'm good. We're doing all right. She's got some wonderful friends that help take care of her. So sliding in and you know, this was like really easy. Still haven't been able to get my license yet because my stuff isn't here with my birth certificate. Real ID is stupid. I just did this in Michigan. I don't know why I have to go through the birth certificate crap again. Yeah. I have a real ID. That should transfer to the next state. That shouldn't be, you know, that shouldn't be an issue to get once you have it, even though you didn't want it, it shouldn't be a hassle anymore.
It should translate wherever you go.
Right. So, nope, not good enough. Got to wait till the truck gets here with all my stuff and dig through and find one of the 3 birth certificates I've had to get to do this the last 3 times I moved, right? But, you know, we're all doing good, adjusting.
Yes.
Yeah, it takes time. I mean, we've been in our house and I still don't feel like I'm completely adjusted.
Well, there's so much that I'll see like that I haven't seen in over a decade, right?
Right.
Blake's Lottaburger. Oh my God, I ain't seen one of those in a long time, right? There's no Jack in the Box up there in Michigan. There's no so many of these things, right?
Yeah. Do they have In-N-Out in Albuquerque?
Yeah. Okay. And I'm right in town, which I haven't lived in a big city since I left Dallas.
Okay.
13 years ago, right? So, you know, I was out in the boonies and I really liked it.
Yeah.
Really, really liked it. I
know. We talked that. I think that was one of our topics and you were chiming in. We're talking like big city or small town and you were like small town all the way.
And I have lived in big city most of my life. Now, look, there's things you miss. There's no concerts.
Yeah.
Okay. You got to drive to go to an event, a ball game, something like that. But still, that peacefulness of not hearing choppers and sirens and, you know, you see some deer running through your yard and it's like, I'm much more happy in that spot, you know. But we came here for Mom and I'm good with that. You know, she's happy. So that's all I care about. It really is all I care about. So bear with me, people, while I'm still trying to figure out I have such a time zone dilemma, Ed.
I know. When you're so used to thinking in Eastern time.
Yes. And all the shows, I don't want anybody trying to change their show times, like time zones to accommodate me. It's easier for me just to get used to living in Mountain, but working in Eastern.
Like regular license, Matt.
And it's really
driver's license.
Driver's license.
It's really funny because 1 a.m. here is 3 a.m. there. And I'm still on that schedule.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm still on that same 5 hours of sleep, get up at the same time. It's weird. I'm living in the Eastern time zone, but living in the Mountain time zone.
Yeah. It'll take a little bit of time to switch. It'll slowly, you'll adjust, right?
A couple times I've missed sharing somebody's show out because I'm 2 hours behind, right? You know, I mean, oops, by the time I realize it went live, it's over. Oops, and then I'm sharing it out retroactively. Share everybody's stuff out, people. Look, when you're scrolling through the Facebook group, The Madness, and you see Sam, and you see Laurie, and you see Ed, and all these people that are dropping their links, and then there's not a single share on any of those posts, help these guys out, man. Hit the freaking share button. you know, especially across other platforms. Like if you can post Ed stuff on X where those people see it, do it. The more people that see it, the more chance somebody's going to push that button and back it.
Yes.
Bottom line, get people seen. Help each other get seen. Otherwise, I feel like I'm over here wasting my time, man. Come on, help each other. I do as much as I can.
Lots of buttons pressed because it's been a slow one, and both of us. It's like good start, and then it's just kind of that slow, like barely moving bar. And I still have that one day where I lost 500. Where if I looked at that, I'd be in a lot different position with 500 more. I mean, you always lose backers. That's inevitable. Yeah. But to lose 500 in one day, I've never had that bad of a day.
See, so work together, people. Help each other out. Look, I can guarantee you there's stuff that people have posted in the madness that isn't getting seen anywhere else. That's really good. There's some really good stuff that people are posting their campaigns to, and they're just like, come on, if you take the time to go in there and drop your link, share somebody else's.
I like that idea.
Real simple. If you're going to go in there and drop your link, be cool and share out someone else's. That's it. And I ain't trying to be a dick. I'm just like 6 years into this, and Laurie should be 10 grand on every campaign. Ed's been doing it twice as long. He's got, longer by far. It shouldn't be an issue whether or not Ed gets funded.
It's been a weird
help each other out.
Though.
Yeah.
So Ed and I were kind of talking about it before. So I don't know if there's other circumstances that are going on.
It's all just pushing buttons, people. Help each other out, really. I mean,
sharing is free.
Yeah. I mean, it took a few seconds out of your day, but you took a few seconds to go drop something in the madness.
Mm-hmm.
Share something out of the madness. That's
all.
It's very simple. Again, Laurie, congratulations. Congratulations. She's been with me. She's heard it all. She's gone through it all. She's been my sounding board, my vent person. She's been there for me for 4 freaking years now. So,
been around the block. Hey.
Love you. Ed, just keep rolling, brother. Keep doing what you do. And I'll see you tomorrow night, probably, huh?
Yeah. We're gonna have a big full house tomorrow night talking about the Twilight soundtrack. So don't judge. The soundtrack's actually good.
Laurie, are you gonna be there? Are you?
Yes, I am. I am
Laurie,
here to talk about
Laurie and the entire crew from Critical Affection. So
they're gonna be shredding Twilight tomorrow.
Well, no, we shredded the movie last night. We're just doing the soundtrack. The soundtrack's actually good. We were talking. There's the Robert Pattinson song that we're gonna have some fun with, I'm sure. But then you got like a Muse song and a Radiohead song and a Linkin Park song. So there's some good stuff.
Okay.
That soundtrack's pure garbage. So
having never took the time to watch the movie, I had no idea what's on the soundtrack.
Yeah, don't watch the movie. No.
There's some this came about because one of my topics for Saturday morning was good soundtrack for a bad movie, and Twilight was one of the ones that came up. My pick is always the Batman Forever. That one, it's a solid soundtrack. The movie's awful, but there's so many where you think I love those songs, but the movie's horrible. So it came from that, and we thought, all right, let's torture Dash and do Twilight, or make him do the Twilight movie for Critical Affection. So yes, he was not pleased.
Speaking of soundtracks, I watched the 6-episode Ayrton Senna thing on Netflix. Best soundtrack I've ever heard for a series ever. Just every time they go to some kind of a music, it's always a jam. Every one of them was a jam.
Oh, you got to watch Peaky Blinders.
Yeah, I see
that's got the best needle drops. That's got such a good soundtrack. Yeah,
I think you'd like. If you're into racing,
Nick Cave, it's a solid soundtrack, and just
if you're into racing and you know who Ayrton Senna was and you watch that series, you'll be blown away by the music.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
They drop. It's pretty good.
I love those good needle drops. And Peaky Blinders is like a gangster show, and
I knew it is.
Perfect needle drops.
Anyway,
Twilight has good needle drops, and you just like, can we just watch the music video instead? It would be way more entertaining.
Okay, so did Laurie warn you that I was probably going to crash this?
No,
Nah, but I don't care.
doesn't matter. You crash whenever.
I warned her. I said, it's a 200th episode.
Yeah,
if I
but
can,
then when
I'll
you
crash
posted
it.
at the beginning of the
It's
show,
200, my second 200th episode. I'll see you in 200 episodes, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're at like 45 or 50 since you joined the network, I think. Maybe more than that.
Because we're on.
You were like 20 or 25 in.
Yeah, we were a little bit in. So I never have numbered my Saturday morning ones. I got to go through and do that and see exactly.
I have them numbered by season that you've been with us.
Okay.
For the Roku, because we got to number everything for the Roku.
Yeah.
So
I got to go through and rename, and when I get, because my thumbnail's getting done for that, so I have to re-put the new thumbnail in for everything. So it's just a matter of my daughter finishing, but now she just got a job, so that's priority because she needed some money to pay her bills. So
life comes first.
Yep, exactly.
Life comes first for sure. Love above money, people. Remember that. Take care of the people you care about. Love above money.
Well, my friends, let's wrap it up here. And then, yeah,
you can do that.
That's it. Yes. That's what we got. Make sure you go support some Kickstarters because Ed and I are wrapping up and we need your love.
Go get 2 physical rewards and get that badass metal card that's coming out. You don't want to miss out.
Don't miss out on those.
Then you have to find us at a con to get one if you miss it. So you don't want to miss
Not for me. I'm not selling them again. I'm keeping them.
Oh, you don't get it.
You have to go to California and get one from Ed.
Yeah.
So I have to tell everybody there's a reason I keep wiping my mustache.
Why?
I don't have my clippers and I can't trim this thing. And every time I take a drink of something, I come away with it all over my face. So I'm not snotting or anything. I'm wiping the coffee off my mustache. All right. Just so you know.
Got it.
So remember, if you like traumatic stories, you got to read both Path and Immortal Era because this is what we think of you. Great entertainment for us when we see you read our traumatic story. If you don't know what the Chicken Farms is, go read Immortal Era.
Yeah, I was thinking you could have put Immortal Era 9 on that one, and or Immortal Era 3, like the baby or the chicken farm.
Chicken farms and the babies,
those two are the ones that people are just like, oh my gosh. So yeah.
Yes. Next week we have George Medina on the show, so it'll be a blast. I love having such great guests over the summer, so we have a good time. So make sure you tune in next week. We're gonna be talking the shameless plug, and that's all I got for you this week. Be excellent to each other, kiss your babies, and we'll see you here next week on the Tuesday Morning Brew. Bye.
Ozzy, what are you doing? Come and have a look at this lovely book that was sent over.
You're wrapping in the burning.
Oh, go on and spit the bat out your mouth. No one can understand you like that.
Say how 5 dentists and all.
Oh, well, that's not much better. Ozzy, why don't you sing to me? I can always understand you when you sing to me.
Fucking my brains. What is this my publisher sent me? Inked in black with art so sweet.
So what do you think? Do you like it?
Oh, Lord, yeah.
What is Path of the Pale Rider? Oh yeah, Path of the Pale Rider is a Western apocalypse comic book series where death is broken. We're following a cowboy through the wasteland as he sifts through conspiracy theories trying to figure out what the heck happened. We don't have flesh-craving zombies. We have people whose soul didn't leave when their body died and their mind slowly rots. There's no magic bullet to the brain. There's no escape. You feel pain, you decompose, you lose your humanity. And by the way, this affects people, animals, insects, fish. So do you have like 5,000 questions about how this world works? So does everybody else.
Yeah, watch out. She's coming. She's coming for you.